G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 23 of our Hardcore Death Knight achievement run. And speaking of those achievements, it's finally time. We are heading back to normal, not veteran, and we are going to be getting the 5 achievements for killing the bosses of the Skeleton Key dungeons. Now, the first one I'm going to get out of the way is also the most annoying one, because, as you can see, we didn't get very far into Forgotten Gods, which means we have to go do that because you have to kill Korvac to get the quest to get access there. So, the quest we have here is in service of Soleil. We need to speak to Sagon, or Sagon, at the Vanguard of the Three. So, let's head that way now. The good news is that this is the second most dangerous of the dungeons, and we're getting it out of the way first. The bad news is that this is the highest level of the dungeons, so some of the monsters in the dungeons could actually be a little bit of a threat. So as you can see, the monsters around here are level 74, 75-ish, and they do indeed cap at 75, and it'll be the same inside the Tomb of the Heretic. So it'll be fine. We've got 20 levels on them, we'll be okay. And like I said, this is a very defensive build, so there should not be any issues. Coming up here to the... is it the Conclave? No, it's the Vanguard of the Three up here. And we'll continue the story. I'm going to kind of rush through it, because I don't really need any of the quest rewards. And the quest rewards that are good are things like, you know, an Eldritch Essence or something like that. Which, yeah, they're good, but I can farm those in Ultimate. So, we'll just rush through this. It looks like we're doing the Soleil stuff, so that should be relatively quick. I know the Bismail quest line is usually the one I do, but it'll be fine. So, Sagon. Alright, so we're going to go and get him the sacrifice. What are we getting? The Eye of Ekur. Like I said, I haven't done this one very much, so I'm just going to double check where that actually is. Which means we want... is it the Heart of Onorix? Yep. The Ruins of a Bead. Okay, it's that one. Right. I'm going to ignore the other quests. There are other quests through here which you can do. But, yeah, I just want to get this done. So I can see the star there on the map. There's a little back area off the map there that you can go to if you want to loot it. I'm not too interested, so here we go. Let's go into the portal. And we are here for the Heart of Onorix. Onarix? Whatever. We're here to kill that guy. So, level 75-ish Chthonians. Not too huge of a threat for us. So, let's just get it done. Don't think we're going to see... well, actually, we can't see a weapon upgrade in here. But, this is a good place to farm the weapon, the Obsidian Cleaver. If you open... or if you go with Soleil on Ultimate, this is a good place to farm for it because it's quite close to a portal. You pretty much only have to run, you know, up to here and you're good to go. Right, let's go back to the Vanguard of the Three. This is much faster than the Bismail section of the second here. Sigil of the Three, what are we up to now? Find the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Okay. So now we basically go for a bit of a run. And I won't lie to you, I'm going to be skipping all the optional side stuff, all the areas where I could get a devotion shrine. I'm just not doing them. So, actually, I'm going to shut up here and actually speed this up, so you're going to see me run through this area at double speed. And I will see you when we get closer to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. So, shutting up now, and double speed, go. Okay, so we made it to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. And that means, well, it means we've got 2 levels worth of extra stuff to run through. So I'm going to leave the commentary on for this section, and hopefully not run into too many dead ends. As I say, I'm not super familiar with this section of the game. Korvac, to me, is not worth farming, so I don't run this very often, and even if he was worth farming, there's one more rift further in that we could get to that would be better for running him. So this little section here, I think I've ran through this area a grand total of about 3 times ever. So hopefully I can more or less remember where I'm supposed to go. I did remember the free dynamite, so that's a big plus. And there's the door, easy, the way out. Let's go over there. So one more area to get through, and then it will be time to be fighting Kaimon, actually. The head of the order that we joined. And it's always fun to kill him. Though, to be fair, he is a little bit dangerous, but he will be capped at level, I think, 75. He might have a couple extra levels because he's a special boss or whatever, but normal difficulty Forgotten Gods is capped at level 75. So I imagine the bosses are not going to be higher level than sort of 81 at the highest. But it should be fine either way, if I can get around these fat tubs of lard, blocking up all the walkways. There we go. Alright. Let's go say hello to Kaimon. Now, the trick for fighting Kaimon is do not run away. If you run away, he will basically leap slam onto your face, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. So, here we go.
I am sorry, my chosen.
I'm not even going to bother talking to him. That was considerably easier than I expected, so that's good. Alright, here is the last rift gate in the game. Let's go ahead and blast open the sigil, or the ward, into the Eldritch Realm. Now, I've been here before on the channel. This area is really good for farming belts with +1 to Oathkeeper skills, but that's not why we're here today, so let's just get through it. Going to be using Blitz and, what is this one called? Vanish. Blitz and Vanish, just to speed it up a little bit. The best part about this section is that all of this running has basically just been to get to the point where you can, that's where we need to be down there, just to get to the point where you can accept the quest to unlock Morganeth's Folly. But we're close now, nearly done. Then we have another quest to do. Eldritch Trove, what is that? That is not the one I was thinking it was, so... No Celestial... Is it Celestial Lotus or Celestial Essence? Whatever you use to summon Kalagadra, that's not it. Okay. So the final boss of the expansion. Here's Korvac, and just for something different, we are going to stand still and force wave. Now on normal, that should be enough. He does have 4 phases, I think it is. First one's not really too worrying. Alright, first phase is down. He's going to throw a tantrum and get his arms free. And there we go. So I think the next phase he lights his hands on fire. Yep, there it is. And the mask comes off. What a face. Not even your mother could love that. Alright, down he goes. Uh-huh. That is definitely a good chat right there. So no loot, and I'm not expecting anything massively fabulous from these, but I will pop them open and just have a look. So Eldritch Essence, that's probably the best piece of loot I'm going to get from these. 2 Eldritch Essences. Okay, I'll take that. Alright. So now that we've killed him, return to the Conclave of the Three, all the way back down here. And we have to go talk to Riggs. And I guess the emissary as well.
Has been crushed.
Okay, there we go. And we got a blue weapon, which we can safely turn into bits. As long as we're here, I may as well bank all this. Celestial Essence. Sorry, Celestial Lotus. These are really good for flipping set items. For this part, I don't need to do that, but if I was trying to make a, say, a Warborn build, it could be useful for that. Okay, so Riggs. Yep, let's do it. Okay, and now, got anything? Let's do it. Okay, yep. And how can I clear my debt? I will seek out the iris. So this is the quest to access
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
the,
Iron well spent.
what is it called? Morganeth's Folly, the Tomb of the whatever. What's that place called? Tomb of the Heretic. There we go. Words are hard. Alright. So to get access, the easiest way... So the first seal, I think, is in the Maw. I forget which order they're in, so I'll probably get the numbers wrong. But the first one we're going to go and get is in the Maw of Enat, which is not there. It's around this way. Here we go. So yeah, first one's in here, and we've got a couple of floors of this area to go through, which is fine. Fedden Mask, if you ever want it, lives there. The normal version is, yeah, it's pretty bad actually, no skills on it. The elite version is decent, and the ultimate version is actually quite good. +1 to all skills, some life, some resistances. It's pretty decent. Alright, with that said though, we're not here for that. So, let's get through here. There's a boss on the third, I think it's the third floor. And inside of the boss is where we're going to find the item we want. So it's a bit of a run, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And there is lore notes through here. A lot of the lore notes in Forgotten Gods are kind of written around or about the dungeon at the end of it. So a lot of the lore notes through here are about how they hid the seals and how they locked away the mages. And basically, the people who were sent to hide the seals were deliberately killed while they were hiding the seals. So it's a little bit gruesome, but you know, it's Grim Dawn. It's not Flowers and Unicorns Dawn. All right, so there's the first seal. Pick that up, and let's get out of here. The second seal is where are we? So back here. Like I said, I'm probably getting these out of order, so this might be the third seal, but it's one of the two we don't already have. So back through here, and I don't know if you can pick these up without the quest. Like if I'd went there, because I know where it is obviously, but if I had gone here on the way through before we killed Korvac, I wonder if the seal would have been there, or if we could, you know, still go into the area, but there wouldn't be the monster that spawns the key, or that has the key. Maybe wouldn't be there. Okay, so you're kind of going over this way. It's top left. Here we go. So there is a wall just here. And we can go through here. There's a couple floors again to get through. And then we fight the Griffin boss who has the... I'm not even sure if it's second or third. He has one of the seals anyway. So again, more logs. And like I said, most of these logs are about hiding the seals so no one could ever open the ward and let out the mages. And more importantly than the mages, what was corrupting the mages is what they were really trying to lock away. Grimdawn's lore is, you know, it's not the most amazing, but it's probably my favorite of all the ARPGs I've played. And I think the best part is that the lore is delivered in these little lore notes that, I mean, you want to pick them up and read them because they give you XP. And you know, text is already on the screen, you may as well actually read it. And they're very... atmospheric's not the right word, but they really do change the tone of the areas. Okay, so last area here. This should be the boss fight fairly soonish. And again, this is still normal, so this will be easy. Halanx the Forgotten, level 80. Okay, so it was the third seal, so I guess that means... what do we get? We've got the first and the third. So we're going to get the last one, which will be the second one, and that is going to be, I think it's south of Corvin Sands. Near the two statues of the griffins, yes. And before anybody asks, no, this build can't kill Kalagadra. There definitely are soldier builds that can kill Kalagadra, and with more gear and a different build, this probably could do it. Actually, probably could do it on normal right now. But, yeah. No. Don't fight Kalagadra with this build. It's not going to end well. Even on normal, you probably struggle a little bit. Okay, so in we go. We'll get the second, third, whatever, the last seal. That's the exit. Where's the door? Here we go. Alright, and in we go. So this will be the last seal we need. There's a couple floors again. It's another little mini dungeon, I guess. The journals here tell about how the seal was brought to this fortress, and the guards within were sealed up to guard it for eternity, or something to that effect. I forget exactly. I probably should read all this again. Like I said, they're really good stories. I'm obviously horrible as a storyteller, especially because I can't remember the story, but definitely recommend. Everybody should read them. And if you don't want to go around and collect all the lore notes, then all of the lore notes are available online, so you can just go read the story. Alright. So, there is all three of these. And now we head up to... is it the Infernal Waste? It might be Corvin City is the closest one. Where are we? Yeah, Corvin City. And then we head south. This is another one of those runs that you do one time and then never again. Because there's a rift gate just inside the door. But this is really pretty when you run through as well. Like, really atmospheric. Alright, so here we go. We blast open the seal. And into the Tomb of Night, which is not the name of the place, but I have heard it referred to as that. And this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, bridge over lava, that's really cool. I mean, very cliche, but very cool. And this is a run that you'll probably only do once each time you unlock this place. So enjoy the view. You'll probably never see it again. Alright, and we are into the Lost Oasis. And you'll see there on the map, the rift gate just above us. This is the closest rift gate to the Tomb of the Heretic. And our mission here is to kill Morganeth at the end. Now I'm going to go do the Court of the Magi, just to see if I can get a Magi's ring. I don't know if they drop them. I think they do. I guess they would have to drop with the level 75 version. But I'm going to kill them anyway, just because I like to gamble. Sometimes. Okay, here we go. So we go across the top. Don't go down there. There's nothing down there. There is stuff down there, but nothing important. Here we go. Into the Tomb of the Heretic. Now we haven't passed the Skeleton Key door yet. There is this area is kind of the entry. And from memory there is a treasure trove. And there's also, as you can see, an Eldritch Totem. And if we still cared about such things, there is also a desecrated shrine. Obviously we don't care about such things. I believe there is an exalted chest in here somewhere as well. If I find it, I'll open it, but I'm not going to go looking for it. And I'm pretty sure I've already passed most of the spawn points. There's the exalted stash. So Eldritch Essence, definitely worth it. The treasure trove can spawn here as well. And also just up here in this room. Okay, so like all Skeleton Key dungeons, this one comes with a guardian at the gates. So this is the keeper of, sorry, this was the keeper of the seal. And here's the door that requires the key. So here we go. If you haven't done this dungeon before, I highly recommend reading all of the lore notes as you go along. They're really good. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go into Court of the Magi. Now I'm going to kind of rush through this because honestly we don't need to kill anything here. There we go. I was hoping I'd get him for the dash. There's a few different ways to go through here, and there's a bunch of kind of mini bosses. And these gates are a pain in the backside. They will spawn those celestial doggos, these things. They will spawn them forever. And if you go near them, they'll spit those little balls of cold at you. Yeah, you can take a lot of damage from those things. And then they just constantly spawn dogs, mongrels. They will spawn them forever. As long as you're near them, you don't even have to be on the screen, they will just keep spawning them. Which, if you're trying to get the achievement for killing a bunch of stuff, and you happen to have a pet build, you'll park yourself at the edge of their vision, and then they will just keep spitting dogs at you to kill, and then you can go to sleep. Alright, Magi's. Go ahead and kill them. The Seal of Shuroth, so it is level 72. The blue ones are not very good, but there we are. Did we get any... I think we got a... may have got an Eldritch Essence out of them. Anyway. Just the little event. Most people who come in here are coming in here for the rings that the Magi drop. No one really cares about killing Morganeth. Except if you're maybe doing a cold or a vitality build. You might want some of his items. This is the Scion, so there are Scions of Hunger, there's Scions of Famine, there's a bunch of different types. And they're all pretty dangerous. Although, I mean, we're still on normal, so they're not that dangerous. But on Ultimate they can be quite dangerous. Those are what pop out of the Eldritch Shrines, or Celestial Shrines, I forget which. But, or the totems, sorry. Eldritch or Celestial Totems. And you'll get 3, 4, maybe 5 of them at a time from a totem, which is what makes them so dangerous. Okay, so on this level there is the Reliquary event. There is also a ton of those blue portals that just keep spawning endless waves of little dogs. And there are more Scions. There's one now. So, Scion of Hunger. Can drop parts of the Morganeth set, although that may be an ultimate only thing. More portals, more dogs. This is the merchant, so every dungeon has a merchant. This one has different items. I don't know why I'm checking those. So a couple of different guns, so we've got a physical gun, bleeding damage, and yeah. He will also always sell one rare crafting ingredient, and I didn't think he was going to sell these. This is the conduit recipe, so if you're using a conduit for your build, and if you are planning on making the Aether Death Knight that I linked in the previous video, you will need to come here and you will need to get those recipes, because you need a conduit for that build. Alright. And here is possibly one of the hardest bosses in the game that isn't in Shattered Realm or Crucible. So let's say hi to Morganeth, and we should be able to just kill him. He will spawn adds, he will do a lot of damage. Definitely do respect him even on normal. I say as he doesn't really do much. The problem with these things is they can absolutely kill you, even on normal, but the chances of them actually doing it are quite low. Alright, here is the Iris of Eternal Night. That will complete this quest. These are the loot chests, which, let's be honest, it's normal. They're not going to drop anything particularly amazing, but a few bits, maybe a purple or two. And movement rune. Exonerator, level 58 legendary. Okay, so nothing too fancy. However, you will have just got the achievement for Immortal Light in the Dark, for killing the boss of the Tomb of the Heretic. That was him right there. So congratulations on killing the harder boss, or the hardest boss in a Skeleton Key dungeon. Now let's go back to Conclave of the Three and turn this in. And then we will go ahead and do the other Skeleton Key dungeons.
I'll keep your stash safe. It's safe with me. Promise.
So the other ones should be pretty much a walk in the park. I think Port Valbury is the only one that should have a realistic chance of killing you. Okay, and we're done. Blue ring. So actually not awful for a vitality build, or a cold build if you can convert the damage, but not one we're going to be doing. Alright, off to, not the Broken Hills, I don't have any skeleton keys. Off to Devil's Crossing to get some skeleton keys. So we have 4 more skeleton key dungeons to do. And I will be stopping, or not stopping, but I will be staying in the 4 keys. Very convenient. I will be staying in the Bastion of Chaos at the end of it, so I'll be doing that last, because I need to do some shopping, and the shop in the Bastion of Chaos will sell the level 94 base Obsidian Warcleaver, and I want to get a decent one. So I'm not going to make you guys suffer through watching me do it, but I will be spending probably an hour or two while I watch YouTube, running back and forth between the door and the merchant, until I get a good Obsidian Warcleaver. I'm definitely not going to get the Stonefist Rebuke, which is the legendary two-handed force weapon. That's definitely not going to drop anytime soon for me. But I can at least get a better axe than this one. However, before we can do that, we have to go do the other 4 Skeleton Key dungeons. For those of you watching at this point, yes, this entire video is going to be on normal difficulty, just doing the Skeleton Key dungeons. If that's not something that particularly interests you, you definitely can skip this video for sure. I understand it's going to be a longer video, and it's also going to be all on normal difficulty, so there is no challenge here, there is no danger here. If you're expecting drama and near misses, and if you expect to see the life bar go below about half, yeah, this is not the video for you.
Skill's not ready.
Okay, with that said, you know what? That was the treasure trove. I don't care. Let's get through this. This should take only maybe 3 or 4 minutes. because we can dash through everything. And we have already been through here. I guess that was to get the devotion shrine back when we were still doing normal and it was current. Alright, so that means I probably also already got the exalted chest, so I don't even care about that anymore. I'm just going to ignore it. Let's get through this. One thing I should have checked as well, actually. I don't think we have Nemesis with anyone, but let's have a look. No, we don't have Nemesis with anyone. You may have Nemesis with the Ethereal Vanguard. That should prove to be completely irrelevant for the purpose of getting these achievements. Okay. So, that's the first of our keys, or I guess the second of our keys used. And we're in. Now we're just here to kill Alchemos. Compared to Morganeth, Alchemos is going to be a complete walkover. I'm expecting to maybe 2 or 3 shot him, even with the kind of below average weapon that we have. He is no threat at all. The hardest part about Alchemos in normal difficulty is getting to him. So the good thing is we have 2 Blitz, or a Blitz and a Shadow Strike clone, so we can cover ground fairly quickly. Nope, we need the other side. Alright, I'm not going to bother fighting Ilgor. I don't care about any of that. I'm just here to get to Alchemos. The merchant for the Steps of Torment is over here, depending on... Nope, can't get there. The rock's in the way. So there's a couple different ways you could go to get to him. I don't want anything from that merchant on this character, and it does look like we have the worst possible layout. Speaking of worst possible. There we go. There is also an event there that you can avoid by not walking into that room. Okay. The only thing I care about here is that priest, and I'm not even sure I care about the priest. I just want to make sure that Alchemos doesn't get healed, and he's dead. Alright, he did drop one of his blue rings, which cold damage melee build may find useful. Alright, Firestorm Scepter, sure, why not? And congratulations on your next achievement. That should have been Immortal Executioner for killing Alchemos. Alright, next up, let's get the next most easy dungeon out of the way. Let's head to the Ancient Grove. Now, the Ancient Grove, I think, caps out at 60 in normal. Something like that. It might be 65, something like that. But regardless, it's still really easy. Gargabol, for this character at this level, he's still going to hit hard. And if he lives long enough to put his volcanoes down, they could potentially kill you. But this build, aside from the volcanoes, there is no actual threat. So we just have to kill him fast enough so that he can't put the volcanoes down. Which actually doesn't seem that hard, considering how fast Alchemos went down. I'm expecting Gargabol to be 3 or 4 hits. And I don't think he puts the volcanoes down in his first form either, so... yeah, this should be a free win. And like I said, the only actually difficult Skeleton Key dungeon on normal is going to be Port Valbury, and that is entirely because the floor is made of Aether Fire, which does % damage and cannot be resisted. So the floor can kill you in Port Valbury, pretty much nothing else will. And because we're not Nemesis with any of the factions, we're not going to be worrying about running into the Nemesis. I think on normal we should be able to walk over any of the Nemesis anyway. But yeah, it's still always scary to have Chupacabra come running out from behind a tree at you. Though, to be fair, Chupacabra is probably the easiest nemesis for this character to kill. Every character, I think, has some nemesis that they're good against and others that they are not. Alright, Ragaroth here is the guy that locks the door, so we have to take him out. So his body's not even done twitching on the floor yet. I think that's a physics bug more than anything else. Alright, and we're in. So similar to Steps of Torment, I'm not interested in any of the stuff here. I will point out the merchant. If you haven't been to this merchant yet, and you probably haven't because I haven't been in here in this video series yet, it's definitely worth making a stop here because this merchant, Vinalton, pretty much every time I've been here to see him, Prismatic Diamond has been here. If you don't have this recipe yet, make sure you buy it while you're here. I have never seen this not be available on the first page the first time I come in here. I don't think there's anything else we care about too much. And there's... yeah, this stuff is actually quite expensive. 75,000, 36, 36, 48, 75. I'm not going to buy any of them. And I already got the Prismatic Diamond as a drop. If you didn't get it as a drop, make sure you buy it there. It is a really, really good component. And now that we've been there, and I know that you guys all have that component, I am going to craft one at some point, and I'm going to put it on the helmet. And I will recommend, highly recommend, that everybody else do it as well. It is a very nice, it's basically a circuit breaker. So if you get low, it'll trigger. You'll take a whole bunch less damage, you'll have an absorb shield, so basically you take less damage from each individual source of damage, so every single hit gets reduced by a certain amount. It's very, very powerful. But enough about that one component. Like I said, this place is not going to be particularly dangerous, and I'm not going to give you the full guided tour. If you want a full guided tour, then the Templar Skater playthrough on this channel that I've just finished up does have a full episode for each of these dungeons where I go through everything that's in here. So if that's something you do want, please go ahead and watch those videos for a guided tour, as it were. Alright, here's Gargabol, and like I said, I'm not too worried about him. I expect to 3-shot his first form and probably something like that on his second form. Yeah, 3-shot. Now he's going to come back bigger and badder and on fire. And we basically just kill him. Yeah. If you can kill him before he gets his volcanoes down, no threat at all. Let's just go ahead and pop all these. Rune Brand leg wraps, not really anything we want, however, another blueprint, and some lore. There we go. Alright, let's poke out, and we'll talk to Mogdrogan. It's finished. He'll give us a blue weapon that we don't need. All that was just killed by Spectral Wrath. Okay. So, also I should say congratulations on your new achievement, Immortal Wild Tamer. So 2 more to go, the Bastion of Chaos. But before we get there, let's go ahead and do the most dangerous one of these 5, actually. This is, Port Valbury is the most dangerous of all 5. This is the one, if any of them are going to kill you, it's going to be this one. Because watch my health bar right now. Now imagine the entire dungeon is full of that. That's what we're going into. Now for all that, it's still not particularly dangerous. Because the monsters are still, I think they're capped at 50. We'll find out in a second. Might be 60. But they're still way low level compared to us. so they can't actually hurt us at all. I'm pretty sure that Spectral Wrath will kill them before they could kill this character. So yeah, it looks like 60 is the level cap in here. Obviously +2 for +1 or 2 for the monsters, and then the bosses are probably going to be +4 or 5. And like I said, I'm not going to do the full guided tour of Port Valbury, although it does look like we're taking the scenic route. If you want the full guided tour, I definitely played through this with the Skater Templar, so you can go watch that for a full run through of where everything is, what everything is, and how to kill it, I guess. So I think as long as we're in combat, we can pretty much walk on Eighth of Fire and be fine. Alright. So this is the Herald of the Stars, I think it is. Yep. And he is the guy who stands in front of the door. He does have his own MI. So Aether and Physical converted to Cold. That can just stay on the floor. And in we go. So Port Valbury split into basically 3 areas. There's this one, which this doesn't happen very often. Oh, never mind. That's almost always blocked off. It turns out even when it's not blocked off, you still can't go that way. So this is the first area. Just the underground tunnel to get into the city. And then the next area is going to be the first section of the city, followed by the last section of the city, which is where the council is. Is it someone Van Albrecht or something like that? Someone Von Albrecht? I'm not sure. We're gonna go kill him. I'll probably figure his name out when he pops up on the screen. Alright, so here is the first half of Port Valbury proper. Old town, apparently. You can often get down these stairs. They are blocked today, of course. Because I'm recording, we are required to take the longest route through the area. Now, let's just check how much damage am I actually taking. Well, not enough to move the health bar, and everything around me has died. So I'm not worried at all about taking damage. So, yeah. Watch your Ordus. Drops the belt, +1 to Demolitionist. There are 3 watches in the Port Valbury dungeon, and each of them has their own MI belt. 1 for Demolitionist, 1 for Shaman, and 1 for Arcanist, I think? But there's 3 of them. They each have a belt. They all have +1 skill to one of the masteries. I think it's Arcanist. Might be Oathkeeper. No, it's Arcanist. It's gotta be Arcanist. Anyway, 3 watches, 3 belts. They are actually pretty decent belts too. I've used them on a couple of builds. The Archon build, the physical Archon that I leveled as my first playthrough on the channel, I used one of those belts until level 100. So they're pretty good belts. Okay, like I said, there's lightning on the floor. It's the only thing in here that can kill you, so just be careful where you stand. You can safely ignore every single monster in here, they will never hurt you. Okay, there's Watcher Egrad. Yeah, +1 to Arcanist, okay. And you'll see here, this is the Merchant. So he drops a lot of ethereal themed stuff. Aether Guns. Pulsing Shard, I didn't know he dropped that. Or sold that. Aether Fire of the Abomination. It's probably actually not bad. I think the Abomination is Aether damage. Anyway. We're not playing that build. Okay, and this one down here should be, I want to say Watcher Egrad? Brandis. This is the Shaman belt guy anyway. There it is. +1 to Shaman skills. So I had to come all this way and kill that guy, I think 3 times to get the belt to drop for the Shaman. I don't know, I could just be making that up. I think it was 3 times. So across the bridge here, this place, if you don't know this place very well, yeah, it can be a bit of a maze. Well, actually it can be a lot of a maze. Fortunately, I just finished farming this place like 17 times for the Vanquisher set on my Templar, so I am well versed in the ways of the streets of Port Valbury. Alright, here's the boss. Not expecting this to be too difficult, however, they do have their damage reduction shield when you get them low. We'll see how it goes. Nope, still a bit of a walkover. Got a heal, he's got a damage reduction shield, but it just doesn't matter. Alright, what do we get? Show me the loot. Olswin's Pyroclasm. You can keep the boots. Okay, and congratulations on your achievement for, I think it's Immortal Vanquisher of Valbury. So another one bites the dust. Let's head to the Bastion of Chaos, which is going to be all the way up here, near the Tomb of the Watchers. Now we also came into the Bastion of Chaos back at the end of normal, because there is a devotion shrine there, and I was hunting for devotion shrines to make Elite a little easier. And aside from costing, I think, 40 or 50 scrap to repair this bridge here, just poking your head inside the Bastion of Chaos to get the devotion point is not particularly difficult or dangerous. And that's actually how I would describe normal Bastion of Chaos when you're level 95. It's not particularly difficult or dangerous. Yeah, here we go. So we did, of course, get the spawn location that was furthest away from the door. And no Exalted Chest or Treasure Trove for us this time, although I think we may have already got the Exalted Chest last time. Yeah, definitely no challenge in here. So the annoyance in this place is going to be, there's several rooms that will actually lock you in. Let's see what rare crafting ingredient we get out of this, if any. Manticore Eye. Okay, that was definitely worth a dynamite. Yes, the Bastion of Chaos has several rooms where you will be locked in, and you will not be able to leave until after you have killed all the monsters, or several waves of monsters that will be spawned and thrown at you. Similar to the other Skeleton Key dungeons, I did do a complete run-through of this dungeon with the Skater Templar that I've just finished up. So, once more, if you want a guided tour, as it were, then please go ahead and watch that video. This is going to be just running through as fast as I can, basically. The goal on the first floor is more or less to head down this way and get across the bridge here. Nope, not there. I'm still on the first area, so I want to be down here. Here it is. So open this door and head across. And now we want to get to the sort of top, or I guess the middle right. And if you've done this area, I don't know, just pulling a number out of my memories here, if you've done this place 17 times, you can expect that the Nemesis is going to show up in here about 1 or 2 times out of every 10 runs. At least that was my experience. Okay, this room is one of the ones you have to kill everything to open the door. I'm not sure if this door is locked, but this next one, this one here, is sealed by the Guardians. So you have to kill these waves, and then it'll open up. If I didn't clear out this area, then this also would not open. There's an obsidian war cleaver. It's going to be too low level. Onwards to... what is it, Anarchy? Yeah, Anarchy. Okay, Anarchy is the floor, I think, with the merchant on it. I'm going to check the merchant one time, just to kind of show it, and then I will do my shopping off screen at the end of the video, because, well, no one wants to see that, but I can show you the weapon that I will buy in the beginning of the next episode. But hopefully I can find something good and it doesn't take me 6 hours. I think if it takes more than about an hour or two, I'll probably give up and just go with the best one I've found. Okay. So, here we go. This is the merchant area, and this Chthonian Unraveler, I'm not expecting any issues on normal, but he can be quite annoying on harder difficulties. He does stack up all this goop around you. Oh, he's not dead yet. Yeah, he stacks up a lot of goop. Go on, throw another one at me. Throw another one, go on. Yeah. The reason why Spectral Wrath is my favorite spell in the game. Okay, Superior Ruin. This is level 90, which means it's actually level 84. How about this one? This is 92. Again, that means it is 84. Or yeah, 84. You don't want to buy anything that is lower level than 94, because that means it's a lower level item. Is this going to lock me in? I think this is one of the rooms that locks you in. Maybe not. But anyway, the item you want to get, you want Barbaric or Tyrant's Obsidian War Cleaver. Of Celerity would be fine. Of Fury would probably be fine. Something like that. You want cast speed, you want physical damage. Earthbound would probably be okay, although I think we're tanky enough, we probably just want to get damage. Whereas Earthbound is the what is it? The shield. When you attack, has a chance to give you a shield, which is not bad, but I think we want damage on the weapon. But yeah, Barbaric. I think Barbaric of Celerity is probably the best one. Well, maybe there's a rare affix that has a bunch of cast speed on it, but I think Celerity is going to have the most cast speed. I know of Alacrity is the most attack speed, even beating out all of the rare affixes. Okay, so we're coming up now in Shazul, who is going to be behind this door. Shazul should be pretty easy as well. The traps won't have time to do... well, they're not going to do any damage. And, yep, there he goes. Superior of Alacrity. Didn't drop his blue, which doesn't really matter. It's a demolitionist item. Alright, let's see the loot. And just like that, we got nothing. I guess we'll use that. Okay. So congratulations on Immortal Conqueror of Chaos, and that is all 5 of the hardcore achievements for clearing Skeleton Key dungeons. Sorry to anyone who's bored by a quick run through the normal dungeons, but I did say way back in the very first episode and in the plan that that is how we would be getting those 5 achievements. You can absolutely do these dungeons on ultimate difficulty, but that's going to be dangerous, and we're not here to be the big guy and show sort of how tough we are. We're here to get the achievements. This is the easiest, safest way to get them, and so that's done. What do we have left? We have Monomythic Centennial for reaching level 100. We have Immortal Shattered Vanquisher, for which we will need to complete 25 shards of the Shattered Realm. We will be doing those on normal as well, and then we will be taking a Waystone into Ultimate to complete shard 25. So we'll probably go up to 30 in normal. and then go to Ultimate and get 25 in Ultimate. And then we also have the Immortal Savior of Malmouth and the Immortal Celestial Conqueror, which is kill Korvac, basically. But that'll about do us for this episode. So come back next episode and we'll do a little bit more. But thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.